Today I wanted to show you a quick way to make a microscope slide soldered memory pendant. Here I have my microscope slides. I got these at an art teacher supply store. This whole box of 72 slides only cost about $7. Next I'm going to use some paper for in this print. I really like, as you can see, I cut it all to bits. I got it at digitalcollagesheets.com. That website has a lot of great vintage sheets, and you can purchase them for roughly $3.50 to $4 a sheet, and you can download them on your computer and print them an unlimited amount of times. This is a really great purchase, and I'll definitely go back there to get some more. So I'm going to use this, and then I also like to use vintage photos and things like that. At the dollar store they have these scrapbooking stickers, and you can use those for a monogram or something. After you have glued your photo in there, this is one slide, you're just going to sandwich everything between the two different slides. I'm going to use this vintage print for the other slide. I'm going to take my super glue and just put 4 tiny little dots on each of the 4 corners of the slide. You don't want to do a whole lot of glue because it will show through the slide, so just enough to keep everything holding in place. Just press down for about 30 seconds. Once that's set, I just take my X-Acto knife, just cut all around the slide. You want to make sure not to cut real close to the glass because it will splinter, and you don't want to pick something like that up in your finger. Once I have it cut, I just take my X-Acto knife and go all around the edges to make sure that I've gotten all the paper and everything. Okay, it's clear. Next I'm going to take both prepared slides and put a strip of super glue down the center. And I'm just going to glue those slides together. You don't have a lot of working time with this super glue. I'm using a Loctite super glue. I really like it, but it doesn't leave you much working time. You only have about 10 seconds to get everything set up, and it takes about 30 seconds to set fully. But I like how fast it is. So now I have everything all sandwiched and glued in between. I'm going to take my copper tape. I purchased this at Hobby Lobby. This whole package was only $6. Before I peel the paper off, I'm just going to quickly measure around, just a guesstimate. And leave yourself just a little bit of working room, just a little bit of extra. I like to peel off just a little bit at a time because it will curl up on itself, and it's pretty delicate. And then you just stick your slide right in the center of the piece of tape. You want to make sure it's perfectly centered because you're going to fold the tape down right over it, and you want to go all the way around. Here I have one that's already taped. You want to make sure you just burnish out any of the wrinkles. I just use a pen cap. This soft plastic will burnish that really nicely. Next I'm going to take my flux paste, and you can buy, with your flux paste you can buy brushes. I'm cheap, so I'm going to use a Q-tip. And you just spread that on. Do one side at a time, unless you have a really nice vise that you can hold everything in, because you don't want to get any of this flux paste on your hand. It can irritate your skin. The kind of solder that I like to use is just a lead-free solid solder wire, and I like to have it on a spool because then you can set it down and it's hands-free. So just set it up right in front of your work area. I bought this soldering iron at Home Depot. It's a 40-watt iron. And then basically what you do is you just drag your tip, let it melt right through. You're going to get a teardrop of solder on there, and you just zip it right across. That's my dog Co wanting to get outside. You've heard of him before. You want to do a good couple of layers. As you're doing this, the solder will drip over the sides. We'll get the sides very nicely. If you're getting too much on there and you're afraid it's going to drip off, just have a wet sponge ready and just wipe off your tip on the sponge. You want to do a good 3 or 4 coats. If this is getting hot, just take a pair of pliers, or you can get like maybe a wooden vise. Since I have the pliers, I'm just going to do both sides at once. When you're all done with this, you're going to apply a jump ring. I got these at Hobby Lobby. This whole bag here was only $2. And I usually just take one and I'll hold it with my pliers. Basically, as I'm holding it, I'll just apply one bead of solder to it and then blow on it to let it cool. So I'm not going to have enough time to show you that right now, but it's really easy to do. Okay, I hope you have fun making these.